So step one, if you've been watching video 1 and if you've been watching video 2, you know this step very well, but I have to go back to it. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm going to it, right? Now, step 1 is the number 1 rule that I have for people, right? Get yourself in a position where you're making at least $200K per year. That is step 1. I always tell people before you start investing in real estate, right? Now you can invest in the stock market, you know what I mean? You can put your little 2,000-3,000 there, hope something go up, whatever the case is. But when it comes to investing in real estate, I want you to be in a position where you're making at least $200,000 a year. Now the year that I'm making this video, this year is actually 2023. That's very relevant, right? Because I know videos live forever on the internet. So I'm not, you know what I mean? Maybe sometime 2040, 2050, something like that, that number might be a lot higher. But in terms of 2023, the income that you need to be striving for because of inflation is about $200,000 a year. So what does $200,000 break down to in a monthly sense? It's going to break down to $17K per month, right? About $17K per month. Now, the reason that I want you to get into a position where you know how to make money is so that you can protect yourself just in case you jump into this real estate investment, this real estate investing, and you happen to lose a little bit of money, right? Because I know some experienced investors, when the market made a shift, they lost a little bit of money, right? So what that means for you is, for example, let's say you had a bad investment. Worst case scenario, right? I'm giving you worst case scenario because not everything is all blossoms and peaches when investing, right? There is some level of risk, but like they say, high risk, high reward, right? There's also a high level of upside as well. But the reason I say start at this 200K a year mark, right? Let's just say, for example, most people can live, 7K or lower per month when it comes to their expenses. What I mean by expenses, food, water, shelter, transportation. Most people can get about 7K and lower per month, right? So if you're making 17K a month, that leaves you with an extra 10K a month that you could be saving. Obviously, the government's going to get involved. They're going to take a lot of that money for themselves. So you probably might only be left with, let's just say 7K. Let's just say the government take about 3. So let's just say you left with 7K. And let's just say on your first real estate investment, you lose, not your first one, obviously, but let's say on a real estate investment, you lose 20K, right? Because of something happened, you miscalculated something, you messed up the rehab, something happened where you lost 20K. Now, if you're in a position where you're making 200K a year, that's only going to take you about 3 months to make that back. So it's not going to be a harsh hit, right? Most scenarios, especially if you only live in about 7K a month, you probably already have that sitting in your bank account. So you can take that hit a lot easier opposed to somebody taking that 21K or 20K hit and they can't bounce back or they can't recover from it, right? So that's why I always tell you, before you start investing, learn how to make money so that you can actually recover if something was to happen that wasn't in your favor, if you were to lose a little bit of money. Now, obviously, if you're listening to my techniques, it's going to be very difficult for you to lose money, especially in your first deal. But I just wanted to have that set up for you. Learn how to make money before you start putting your money at risk. That is always going to be step number 1. Learn how to make money before you start putting your money at risk so that you can be prepared if there is a downside, right? You can have the money, you can make it back quickly, and you can learn from your mistakes. Because sometimes doing this 20K loss, to a lot of people, sometimes that's the best thing that can happen to you. I know some people who've lost on something and they went back to it and they became a savage because they made it clear in their heads to never make that same mistake again. And they would do everything in their power to never make that mistake. Hey, thank you for watching this video. If you want to book a one-on-one mentorship call with me, click the link in the bio. Whether you make less than 200,000, you need help getting there, or you make more and you want to jump into real estate investing, click the link in the bio, book a call with me ASAP.